Hi, everybody. It's Joe Mitchell with the 10-Minute Educator. And as usual, I'm excited to be with you. And I want to talk to you about a very interesting subject. Okay, we're talking this month about productivity and how can we be more productive? How can we make little steps? Okay, now we know with the 10-Minute Educator, it's all about baby steps, it's all about little movements forward. And we'll talk more about the intricacies of the little movements. But today we're going to look at the big picture, and it's called getting up early. Is that wonderful or what? Getting up early. It's not an easy one for most people, for a lot of people. But what we see is that, first of all, many of the entrepreneurs, the people like Richard Branson, the people like the CEOs of Starbucks and Apple and all of a lot of very big companies get up early. And we're talking like some of them get up at 4:30, some of them get up at 5, some of them get up even earlier. I think that the whole idea of getting up early is really exciting. So that's what we're talking about today. So if you don't know me, my name's Joe Mitchell. I am a high performance coach and tapping expert. I love this thing called tapping. It is really an amazing tool to open yourself to letting go of limits, releasing the limits, and then powering yourself up. So that's not our focus today, but that is one of my loves. And I am also a Harvard grad and a former monk. So I would love to talk to you about my back in the monk days. We were up every day at 5:30. That was it, 5:30 a.m. up and at 'em, and that was every day, 7 days a week. So, I've had some training in this, but more than that, the studies show that people who get up in the morning are they get up early in the morning are more likely to succeed in their efforts. And I'm not going to go into all the research right now, but I was just skimming research and seeing that the people that say, well, I'm going to be really productive late at night and I'm going to work hard late at night, those are the people that are not nearly as productive in general. Okay, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with going to bed late. There's anything wrong with a number of the practices we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about three main. I like the number three. We're going to talk about three practices that are really important if you're going to rise up early and rise up. Because that's the important thing. You want to rise up, and you don't want to like drag your butt out of bed. However, in the change to becoming an early riser, it take a little may take a little determination. But the first thing that you really want to be determined to do is go to bed earlier. Why? Because we don't do well with a little bit of sleep. There have been a lot of studies that, well, what's the right amount of sleep? I mean, there's all kinds of things that go into that equation. How deep is your sleep? Genetics. What time do you go to bed? It's actually, if you go to bed earlier, you actually need less sleep. Is that interesting? I mean, there was a study that found that if you go to bed like 9:30 or before, it's easy to get up after 6.5 or 7 hours. Basically, I personally like to get 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep every night. And so if I'm going to get up early, I got to go to bed early. And this is one of the hardest things for people is just to make a determination to go to bed earlier. And in the process of getting to be a little bit more of an early riser, what I suggest is that you get up just a little, or that you go to bed just a little bit earlier. It's really for the habit's sake of things, it's really good to go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time. But if you have to choose between one of the two, get up at the same time every morning. And that means even if you have to set an alarm that's outside your bed and then you have to get up in order to go get it, it's worth it. It's worth it. So the second thing, again, today we're really talking about what's going to help you to get up earlier. And as I said, first of all, you're going to go to bed early and earlier. Just start taking it slower. Now, the other thing is the number two tip is avoid the sleep disruptors. So what are the sleep disruptors? Eating late at night, drinking alcohol late at night, and exercising late at night. These three things you want to avoid if you want to get up early. Because if you do either of those three, if you eat late, if you drink late, and if you exercise late, you are not going to be able to get up out of that bed early. So those three things are really important for you to avoid. And then finally, in the evening, you want to have an evening routine. You want to have something that like slows you down. I personally drink tea, and there are a lot of very relaxing teas, sleep teas. You go on, if you just go on Google and Google sleep teas, you'll find a number of different kinds of concoctions that you can drink. It really helps you to relax. I personally like melatonin. I like to take melatonin because I find that it's really healthy. I mean, it really helps me to sleep. It helps me to go deeper into sleep. And then you might want to listen, you might want to do some reading. A lot of people find that reading helps them to get to bed, to get to sleep. If they start half an hour before bedtime, they start reading. Sometimes that will really be good. The idea is, or maybe very relaxing music. The idea is to get a routine so that you naturally are going to bed earlier, and you're naturally then setting your alarm for the same time every morning and getting up. And when you get up, just get up and maybe do a little exercise. I like jumping around a little bit. I don't actually it's not a full-scale dance, but I jump around a little bit and I have some fun. And maybe I'll splash some cold water on my face. I haven't gotten to the point of, like some of these folks take cold showers. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but what I just want to instill with you today is getting up early is going to make you more productive. It's not about feeling guilty about, oh, I'm not getting up early enough, okay? It's about creating an effective strategy where you can, first of all, get to bed early enough because you need your sleep. I'm not saying to cut your sleep out to get up early, but you might have to for a little while because it's it's not always easy to get to bed earlier and earlier. But get up at the same time every morning if you can. So this is it for today. I hope that this has been like kind of getting you to maybe look into this whole idea of rising early, getting up early. It's a great, great thing to do. So I talk about it a little bit in my book, which is The Art of Joyful Achieving. And you are very welcome to get 2 free chapters at activateyourgreatness.com. And also, I would love to talk to you. I want a session with you. I want to connect with you if you're serious, if you're motivated about being more productive, starting a business, doing something that's going to be big for you. That's what I love, to support people in doing big stuff. So please, message me, go to my site, request something, and I would love to talk to you. So thanks so much for being here, and have a great day, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this. I hope that this is a little bit of motivation to get you going. 10-Minute Educator, over and out. Have a great day.